Solar shockwaves, how trade battles are shaping the future of clean energy. We are diving into India's solar story, a decade of phenomenal growth, rising volatility, and the global trade storm shaping the solar industry's future. India's solar manufacturing journey has been extraordinary. In 2014, solar PV modules manufacturing capacity was just 2.3 gigawatt. Today, more than 100 gigawatt is enlisted under approved line module manufacturing, in short ALMM. Solar cell manufacturing capacity has reached 25 gigawatt with a government target of 90 gigawatt in the pipeline. But upstream, in ingots and wafers, India is still nascent at only 2 gigawatt, leaving the countries dependent on import. Government schemes like production linked incentives, PLI, VGF, PM-KUSUM, and PM Suryaghar Rooftop have fueled this rise. With 119 gigawatt solar power generation already installed and a target of 250 gigawatt by 2030. India is now a global renewable energy frontrunner. Mega projects like Pavagada and Bhadla are the symbols of this ambition. But growth hasn't come without turbulence. Domestic cell shortage have pushed cost to rupees 14 to 16 per watt peak, while Chinese solar cells sell for rupees 4 per watt peak. With ALMM List 2 enforcement from June 2026, dependence on solar cell will drive module prices higher, pushing project tariffs up by 40 to 50 paise per unit. Developers are already cautious, slowing down new capacity additions. Beyond pricing, global trade battles are rewriting the solar map. In the US, anti dumping and countervailing duty cases have hit hard. US imports from India are subject to an additional 25% tariff, bringing the cumulative duty burden on many Indian exports by 50% duty on Indian modules and cells effective from August 2025. The reality, India exported 2.3 gigawatt to the US last year. It's a single largest market. Overnight competitiveness has collapsed. If tariff rise further, India modules may effectively be blocked out of America. So what does this mean for India's manufacturers? One, export shock. Exporting companies like Wari, Adani, Satvik, Vikram Solar are already facing pipeline disruptions. Two, domestic oversupply. Modules originally meant for exports could flood the Indian market, squeezing margins but lowering costs for developers. Three, market diversification. Firms are pivoting to Europe, Africa, and the Middle East, though protectionism is spearheading there too. Four, onshoring to the US. Wari, for example, is setting up a 3.2 gigawatt capacity in Texas. Expect more Indian players to follow. Five, supply chain gaps. India still imports polysilicon, wafers, and solar glass from China. The US crisis only highlights the urgency of building a domestic ecosystem. For India, cheaper modules from domestic oversupply could actually accelerate the push towards the 500 gigawatt renewable energy target. But for exporters, the US setback is a tough reminder for our reliance on a single market. Globally, we have entered an era of solar nationalism, where countries see solar not just as a clean energy, but as an industrial strategy and energy security. To navigate the storm, India manufacturers must double down on domestic opportunities like rooftop solar, C&I demand, and battery energy storage system integration. Diversify exports into Europe, Africa, the Middle East, and Southeast Asia. Build global footprints with factories in the US and Europe to stay tariff proof. Strengthen local supply chains from sand to polysilicon and solar glass. Work closely with the policymakers so ALMM rules support competitiveness without stalling projects. India's solar rise is no longer just about clean power. It's about trade battles, industrial policy, the global competitiveness. The message for Indian manufacturers is clear: adapt fast, scale smart, and localize deep, or a risk being swept away in the new solar trade war. Thank you for listening to Energy Frontline. Stay tuned for more insights shaping the future of renewables.